If getting up from a chair takes a little more effort than it used to, if your knees talk to you before the weather changes, if stairs feel like more of a project than they used to be, you are far from alone. Today we're looking at 3 foods that show up again and again in conversations about joint comfort and healthy aging. Let's get into it. Here's something worth knowing. A lot of us assume achy joints are simply the price of getting older, and age certainly plays a role. But researchers who study aging point to something else worth paying attention to. Collagen, a protein your body naturally produces less of over time. It's not the whole story, and it's not the only factor at play. It's one piece among several, and unlike most of the others, it's when you actually have some influence over, starting with what's on your plate. That's really what this video is about. So we're counting down 3 foods that nutrition research consistently associates with joint comfort and collagen support. We'll start with a solid everyday option, build up from there, and save the one that seems to make the biggest difference for last. Let's get into number 3. Number 3 is citrus fruit, oranges, grapefruit, lemons, the kind of thing you might already have in your kitchen. The reason it comes up so often in this conversation is vitamin C. Your body actually needs vitamin C to help produce collagen in the first place. It's often described as a necessary building block, not an optional extra. Some research also links vitamin C's antioxidant properties to reduced everyday inflammation, though scientists are still working out exactly how much that matters day to day. What's encouraging is that this isn't some rare or expensive ingredient. It's something most of us grew up eating without thinking twice about it. You don't need a complicated routine here. Starting your morning with half a grapefruit or squeezing fresh lemon into a glass of warm water is a simple way to work more of it in without overhauling anything. Number 2 takes a different approach. Fatty fish, think salmon, sardines, or mackerel. Instead of feeding collagen production directly, these are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which nutrition researchers have long associated with helping the body manage inflammation more generally. And joint discomfort, for a lot of people, has an inflammatory component to it. This one tends to get overlooked, maybe because "eat more fish" doesn't sound as exciting as a superfood headline, but studies looking at fish and inflammation markers have tended to point in a fairly consistent direction over the years. It's also worth mentioning that this is a habit many long-standing dietary guidelines for adults over 60 already recommend, joint health aside, so it tends to support more than one thing at once. Even 2 servings a week, prepared simply, baked, grilled, whatever you enjoy, is generally considered a meaningful amount by most dietary guidelines. And that brings us to number 1, the one we've been building toward, bone broth. Unlike the first 2 foods, bone broth doesn't just support collagen production. It actually contains collagen and related amino acids directly, simmered out of bones and connective tissue over many hours. That's why it comes up so often, specifically in conversations about joints, not just general health. Now, it's important to be honest here. Research on drinking collagen directly is still developing, and scientists don't fully agree yet on how much of it your body absorbs and uses in the exact form you drink it. What we can say is that it's a nutrient-dense, easy-to-digest option that many people incorporate as part of a broader approach, a cup on its own a few times a week, or worked in as the base for soups and stews alongside the fish and citrus we already mentioned. It's not a magic cup, but of the 3, it's the one most directly tied to the very protein we started this video talking about. One honest note before we wrap up: no single food repairs joints overnight, and nothing here replaces guidance from your doctor, especially if you're managing an existing condition. It's also worth remembering that some amount of joint change is a normal, expected part of aging, not a sign that anything has gone wrong or that you've fallen behind. Think of these 3 foods as a complementary habit, something that works alongside movement, rest, and your regular medical care, not instead of it. Small, consistent changes tend to matter far more than any one meal. Before you go, if you're watching this, drop your age or your hometown in the comments. It helps us know who's actually here, and honestly, it's nice to see the community behind these videos. That's it for today. If this was helpful, consider staying with us. We're building a space here for exactly this kind of grounded, unhurried conversation about aging well, one honest video at a time. Take care of yourself, and we'll see you in the next one.